Good morning. Morning, guys. Hopes everyone's well. It's 8 a.m. Sunday morning. Nice and up early. And welcome to Cliff's live stream. We'll see if anyone comes on. It might be a bit early for UK, but it might be lunchtime or whatever around the world. So I'll just pop you up here. And I've just done a live stream for members only. And no one came on. Everyone's in bed. All my members are lazy so-and-sos. But what I'm going to do, just let me, I'm going to go. Oh, hi, Chris. How you doing, mate? Did you get up to Popham, by the way? I'm just going to do that. And then I can read what people say a bit more. You did yesterday, yeah. I see Bob Barlow put up a video of the day. Actually, it looked great. I had sort of planned in my diary to go, and then we ended up babysitting and again on tomorrow. So I think yesterday looked a better day. But yeah, I didn't realise actually, because Bob put his video up and it was all, boats, control line, model trains. In fact, he focused more on the model trains he did on the model aeroplanes, but so much to see, I guess. But it looked a fantastic amount of cars in the car park. So yeah, it looked like a really good day. How far is a 2-hour drive for me? How far is it for you? You're a little bit closer, I think, aren't you? Where were you just now, Chris? Oh, let me visit. Oh, you met Bob, did you? And Gina. Oh, what? Our Gina Purcell. It was a great day. Up early to collect the wife from work. Was busy-ish. 10 minutes. Oh, well, that's jammy, isn't it? That's nice. Yeah, very nice. Morning, Frederick. How are you today? Nice to see you. Oh, yeah, it's Gina and Hubster. Yeah, Hubster. Yeah. Did they recognize you or did you recognize them? I wonder. I expect you would be in your usual mouse-like self. I just did a live stream for members only, but nobody came on. So I was chatting for 20 minutes. Where were you two guys? I don't know. Oh, you knew they were coming, so you were able to hide or jump out on them. Surprise! Can't quite read that. We a driving maybe. Come on, Chris, get your fingers working. We a driving. You're fine, thanks, Frederick. Yeah. Just went back from my parents' place, stayed there for Brittany. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. That right, you had your phone numbers. I've seen Frederick. I've seen video of flying in Brittany. Actually, I think one of the club members has been over. I think he takes his caravan or something. But there was one video that particularly amazed me. It was a really weird looking, very early models. Some of them were, what do you call them, power models and sloping. But a lot of them were so big and slow, they were just using the small bungee just to get them off the slope. That looked great fun. And something like the old Da Vinci flyers would look fantastic over there. That is kind of like sort of on my semi bucket list to go over there and have a go at that. That would be fantastic. I'd really look forward to that. So is it 8:05? Let me check on my mobile. It might be. Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah, 7 minutes, 7:58. Hang on a minute then. Let's get this right. Look at that. I've just gained myself another 6 minutes of life. Let's hang that back up. Oh, that'll do that. That'll do for the minute. Thanks for that. Morning. Yeah, yes. I'm your early morning call, Caroline. Ding dong. Come on, you lot, wake up. So, thank goodness it's not two-way, because I expect your hair's all wonky and everything. Well, yes, aren't we all online addicts? I mean, I look at my notifications just to see if there's anything interesting. And you poor sods, there's nothing else but me this morning. Yeah. Oh, I'm envious you went to 10 minutes away from Popham. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah. Well, how do you say it? Volksitflieger. Volksitflieger. Frederick, is that German for Frederick? What's it German? Is it? I presume it's German. It sounds German. It must be German for something. If it's not, then Guten Tag. Is that German? Full-time flight? Oh, is it? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. But are you German yourself? I don't know. I need to get them. Move on anyway. Oh, the Spitfire Club. Spitfire Club. Oh, next year at Popham Spitfire. Oh, I'll start flying next year at Popham Spitfire. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they have a Spitfire Club. Oh, German French. Bonjour. Yes, I noticed that on their website. They've got a Spitfire Club. That's amazing. Just they ought to have a crazy aeroplane club as well. Mind you, I think most aeroplane clubs have at least one crazy flyer, don't they, Chris? So what's on my bench? I'm hiding. Well, I'm not really hiding it. I was just finishing the radio installation for the 1.5 times Da Vinci Flyer. Yesterday, I put the. Don't want to miss that. Jesse G, good morning. How are you today? It's not very nice here. I've just put the plywood floor in for the battery tray, and I thought, well, the battery's so big, I thought I'm not going to get any air through and out through the cockpit. So I made a couple of slots in the bottom using the Dremel, and just to let the air out a bit, which I think looked quite smart. Quite happy with that. So it's getting very close now to maidening. All I've got to do is get a couple of. Someone's saying good morning, George. Good morning. Posted, but have I missed a? Hang on. Let me just go back up because I've got it on extra large text, so I don't need my glasses. No, when you say above, George, I hope you haven't broken it. No, you won't have broken it yet because you're not going to test fly it. George, by the way, guys. Oh, F. Oh, Flieger. Like a flea. Okay. Voltson. So it's Fliegensieger. Something like that. Okay. Let me have a look, George. Sorry, mate. Let me make these messages smaller. I'm going to wear glasses. I may as well. Well, it's not on my list, George. Sorry, George, it's not on my list. So okay, wife coming out, we'll be driving out. All right, thanks, Chris. Thanks for looking in, mate. Have a good day. Spotted me at Woodsprings. Why didn't you come and say hello then, Jesse? JC. What? Yes, are you so short? Cliff, I'm down here. I'm 6'2". Hang on a minute. There you go. How's that? That would have been great to have met you. You spotted me. You could have had a selfie if you wanted. Oh dear. Woodsprings was good, wasn't it? I really enjoyed it. I was chatting to him. I think I met a couple of people who recognised me actually. But yeah, that was good. what were you wearing? Perhaps I did take, well, not a lot of video. I tried to do a live stream, but the signal wasn't that good, so it was breaking up a bit. So I knocked it on the head. But my next project, I was just going to show you. 6'2", that should give you some advantage in low flying situations. Yes, that's right, it does. Right. Oh yes. Thanks, Caroline. Yeah. It may have had I do block website addresses actually. You can. I know in the settings you can not allow web links, but it'll be in my it'll be in my held for review section, because you get so much spamming for porn sites that anything with a website address just goes straight there, and then I just report and ban them and they're gone. So anything that I read, I do look at the held for review comments every day or so, and obviously if it's a genuine one, I'll just okay it and it goes on. So but anything which contains a website address. George, for those that don't know, has built a 1.5 Fokker triplane like mine, just to remind you, there she is. And he's made it, he's added loads of extra little scale details and what have you, and it puts mine to shame. But he's done it in the color scheme of Richthofen's brother, Luther, actually yellow and grey, and looks fantastic. And he hopes to maiden it. I thought it was next Tuesday, George. It maidened it won a wow. Oh, I'll have a look at your Facebook page then. Yeah. Oh wow, you won a contest. Yeah. Well, it deserves to win. You maidened it. How did it go? Oh, okay. Maidens are always scary, as testified by my. Well, it was my fault. It went in. I didn't use rudder. I should have used rudder. I didn't. It happened so quick. If I'd used rudder, I'd have got away with it. But it did bounce amazingly well, didn't it? So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, congratulations indeed. What was the contest it won? Like a scale contest? It probably did. It looks superb, quite stunning, really. Joy to fly. Yeah, mine's it's that CG, isn't it? I don't know. We probably all watched, including you, the series of videos done by our friends up country a bit, my country. Lord, I'm hopeless. But he had issues with the CG, didn't he? And I emailed my contact at Dancing Wings and said, look, where is this CG supposed to be? Because on the written instructions, it looks like it could be on the top wing, it could be on the middle wing. And officially it is on the middle wing, which is contrary to what I deduced. So anyway, they do fly very nicely. So it's just peaching that landing. As you saw in that second video I put up, the second landing was okay, but grass is so short, it just runs up. Well, there isn't any grass at the moment, is it? It's like landing on tarmac. Yeah. A scale contest. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, very nice indeed. I'm very happy with it. Always wanted a triplane, a nice big one. My niece came in yesterday, actually, for the first time. She's always this way you do your videos. And I said, yes, that's right. She said, oh, I love that big red one. So yeah, it's popular with the young ladies. She's just come back from the Commonwealth Games, actually. She won a bronze medal. So we're all very proud of her in something very unusual. I'll tell you what it is. It does, George. Yeah, I'm very happy with it now. It's sorted. I just want to, as I was saying to you earlier, I just want to reduce the amount of travel on the downward going aileron, because I think I'm getting a little bit of adverse yaw going in there. So I do want to, God, I look old. Yeah, just want to tweak it that little bit, but it's fine as it is. I mean, as long as you're aware of it. I might have too much rudder dialed in as well. I'd sooner use the rudder on the stick, to be honest. And when you're flying a aileron and elevator plane, you find yourself using rudder and it hasn't got one. So it's good. Anyway, look, do you want to know what I'm going to build next? I want to know what I'm going to build next. Oh, just before I show you that. So yesterday I fitted the aileron servos, connected them up in the flyer wing, the big one. So I just need a couple of extension leads to get those connected up properly, and I'll be away. So the Da Vinci Flyer 1.5, hopefully it'll just smooth off into the sky. It's going to look fantastic. So what are you going to build, Cliff? I'll tell you what I'm going to build. We got 7 people watching. Good morning, everybody. It's one of these. It's that time of year again when we build a little Gwillows on the Gwillows Facebook page. We have an annual competition, and just for fun, and it's organised by a guy called Doyle Blevins and Thomas Zelinsky, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, all you got to do is build one of these models out of the box and get 20 seconds flying. If you do that, then you can you get entered into the draw. There might be half a dozen of you, and you get a little prize. I don't have a model really, but it's all for fun, and it makes great. It's like a community, brings us, you know, us all together from all over the world, which is great. I'll show you what it is in a minute. Last year, it was the bird dog, which I had great fun flying and trimming. It got me 22 seconds, I think, flying out of it, which was great. It doesn't matter, typical British thing to say, but it's the taking part that counts, and it is. It's great fun. But if you can trim them to fly for 20 seconds, which isn't that easy for these little aeroplanes, and I think the year before was the Focke-Wulf 190, which was good fun as well. But this year it won't be the bird dog because we've done it. It won't be the Mustang came second, I can tell you that. It is in fact the Chipmunk, the great British trainer, and I'm looking forward. It's my second Chipmunk, but I shall build it and try and trim it out because the first one I converted to RC. So as a free flight rubber powered model, it's going to be great fun. Supplied by guys up at Model Shop Leeds. Got the advert for them. Great shop if you're in the UK. If you want to check out their stock, they've got good postage and good stock. So what more can you ask for? Although Leeds from me is, gosh, 400 miles. That's a long way to somebody in Britain. Good morning, Mike. How are you doing? Nice for you to get up. Are you still in your gym jams? Hopefully you wear gym jams. Stripy ones. It's amazing, actually, because I work at the hospital. You see people's pajamas, and they're always brand new, because I'm sure nobody sleeps with gym jams. And if they do, they're so bad, they don't wear them in. Get me a new pair, for goodness sake, from Marks and Spencer's. I always say, oh, Marks and Spencer's, very nice. Yeah, what are you up to today, Mike? You flying? What's the weather like up your end of the neck of the woods, end of the world? Glastonbury. Oh, all right. Oh, you're on a road trip. Very nice, mate. Yeah. Have you got any models with you? We all like an aeroplane to fly. I always try and take something when I go away. Model Shop Leeds. Oh, is it? Well, if you go there, Caroline, who is it I talked to? Tim. Tim seems a very decent guy. But they seem well stocked. But they did have a Gwillows Chipmunk in stock, and now they haven't, because I've got it here. And that's going to be my next build. But it's got to be built and flown by October 22nd. So you think, oh, it's loads of time. But because if we have a month of really bad weather, then, you know, so I've got to get it built, and then I can sit and wait for nice weather, get it trimmed out. It'll be some fun videos. Okay, Frederick. We do have limitations on takeoff weight. I think it's 7.5 kilograms. You've got to have some extra stuff if you're going to go over that. But it's quite heavy. No, not yet. No transponders yet. Heaven forbid, eh? But who knows what's coming. Wow. I mean, the French I don't know. I mean, 800 grams isn't much at all, is it? I think there's going to be a huge upsurge in the small aeroplanes, isn't there? I mean, even my small Da Vinci is heavier than that. Oh yeah, Carolyn. I'll tell you what. Just let me read Mike's thing. Yeah, if you're coming through Newton Abbot, Mike, if you haven't passed it, look in, mate. It'd be great to see you. But when you're going home, because you just want to get home, yeah, the weather broke a little bit for you, didn't it? But not too bad. Oh, Fred, that's fantastic. I'll tell you what. Do the sort of plane police come up with scales to? I don't know. I know what you mean, Caroline. But if you fly at a club field, it's going to be club rules. If that's the rules, and you're going to need club rules, and you've got to fit them. I presume they're very lightweight little bits of kit. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I would have scales if I was on the wrong side of that. Caroline, your videos. Oh, let me just show that, as people won't know what they're talking about. That video of the Lake District was just stunning, just beautiful. What fantastic scenery. I have to get up there one day. But flying FPV like that, it must have been. Isn't it amazing? I was thinking actually, as you were flying, if there was somebody injured at the top, I don't know if the mountain rescue people use the likes of drones, but you were up the top of that mountain in like 30 seconds. And if there was somebody injured up there, it'd be a piece of cake, wouldn't it, to sort of drop a marker for mountain rescue people or something, a little smoke thing, you know. That was really, I was very impressed with that, as you could tell from my comment. That was brilliant. If anyone hasn't seen it, click on Carolyn Taylor's link name and have a look at the videos of her Lake District. It was stunning scenery. I love the way I always think, now where is she? She's down there somewhere, and there you are sitting behind your car. 12:50 headed to bed. All right, George, thanks for looking in, mate, and I'll check out your Facebook page. I'm looking forward to looking at that. That's going to be terrific, and congratulations. That's a good job done. Yeah, many happy flights. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been up to today. I was kind of like pushing ahead with this one yesterday to try and get it ready for today, but it's not brilliant weather. But I've got 2 more days off now, Monday and Tuesday. So if the weather turns nice, it'll be time to. Still got to edit the covering video, mind you. It's not a blow-by-blow account of how to cover, because I've got videos like that. But I think it does look rather special in this green, doesn't it? It was going to be 2-tone actually. But there you go. That was yellow, see-through yellow, because I got a bit left. I was going to do the fuselage yellow, but ended up doing it green. This was a little tricky bit, but it came out really beautiful. So it goes from square to triangular. Really pleased with that. And the tail skid, I made a bigger tail skid on the back. Yeah. Which is looks pretty cool, I think. Yeah, quite happy with that. Very pleased. So yeah, it'd be nice to get that one. It's going to look great in the air with the sun shining through the wings. Oh, I'll tell you what else I've got to edit. I've still got to do, I've got the Da Vinci biplane, and just as you see it there with the bottom wing on. And I put a 3S battery, it said to us, it goes vertical. When it comes on down, I christened it the Da Vinci Spitfire. But I also did the parachute as well. So the parachute came down. I've got pretty good video of it. And the other thing I've got is the, which you saw on the little things, is my wife's painted the little mini Da Vinci flyer. It's about 1.5 ounces, I think, but my initial reaction was it looked like a parrot, but Adam said it's more like a pterodactyl, and that's great. Actually, he's quite right. So looking forward to seeing this one in the air again, but this time with a color scheme. It's going to look great. Yeah, thanks, Mike. I'm happy with that. The thing is, Caroline, with covering, all you've got to do is heat it. A lot of the time you just see people finish something and it's wrinkly, and you just heat it more. The thing you've got to watch out with covering is, here's a piece I covered earlier. It's the fin from when I had it as a standard tailplane. You can use just your covering iron just to shrink it, or if you've got a heat gun, you can stretch it out with that. But what you've got to avoid doing is, if you stuck it down around the edge and you heat up all of it again, you're heating up the bit you've stuck. So as it shrinks, it pulls away from the bit you've already done, and that's even more relevant with the heat gun. So, for instance, when I was doing, when I was tightening this out, it was going really tight. I knew it was going to pull, and there's only a small area of stuff sticking on it. So I just protected that from the heat gun, because I had to use a heat gun because it's not flat enough putting an iron on it. I protected that from the heat gun and tightened it out, which worked great on one side, but on the other side it pulled off. So I had to put this section, I think it was this side actually, I had to put a new section in. But it's just practice, that's all. How are we doing? Well, yeah, it is easy, Mike, but like everything, once you've sort of got the knack, but I mean, I'm not that good. Things always look better on a camera, don't they? I feel there are little tiny bits that aren't brilliant, but you know, I always say, you know, when the model's flying past, who's going to notice? No one. You just do it to the standard you do it, and if it's not good enough, the thing is, with film, you can strip it off and do it again, but it's not cheap stuff, is it? In fact, one of the cheapest suppliers I found for film is actually Model Shop Leeds. Again, their prices seem to be cheaper than everybody else's, which is great. This is where I got the green covering from, actually. I thought I'll try buying 2 2-meter rolls. And I had enough, which is why I had enough for the fuselage, and I've still got a little bit left over. Not a lot, but just a bit for patches. Oh yes, I'll need those. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's what I always struggled with was the wingtips, getting them around those compound curves. But I have learned that if you like, I weigh it down on the bench so I can pull the fabric, and if you heat it as you pull, it kind of like shrinks a little bit and takes out the fullness, and you can also stretch it into different places, but it's got to be heated, and then you just let the glue dry a little bit where it is on the structure, just for a second or two. Otherwise it's still sort of sticky and then it'll move, and then you can move along, but the idea is to get all the wrinkly bits into the bit you're going to cut off. And I do it most of the time. The hardest bit actually on these Da Vincis is everything's pretty straightforward and easy. The hardest bit is getting it around the very front of here, because you've got all these different curves going on, and even this is got 2 or 3 little, well, 4 or 5 or 6 little wrinkles in it. I'm still not that good at it, but they're sort of underneath, so you know, nobody notices, so what does it matter? This was the cut down wing. I think this was the very first wing I built, actually. But when you're developing a model, you tend to use the bits you've already got and just keep cutting them down. Yeah. So 5 people watching, and we're coming up to half an hour now, guys. So I'm going to knock it on the head, go and have some breakfast, I think, my muesli and fruit. And thanks very much for looking in. And we'll see you in the next video, which I'm going to edit, which is going to be the covering video. Well, I mean, we're always a few days but ahead, aren't we? Some of us further ahead than that. I usually have no more than 1 or 2 videos, maybe 1 video to edit. I mean, we all know, don't we? With YouTube, excuse me, we all know with YouTube, you feel that you have to feed the beast, as it were, and keep your yeah. That's good. Oh, Mike, full English. Oh, don't say that. I haven't had a full English for ages. You can only do it while you're on holiday. Yeah. Hello, some guy in Sandy. Oh, again. Good morning, Sandy. Some guy. What is your name? Some guy in Sandy, anyway. Okay, Caroline. Thanks for looking in. You have a great day. Good crash out. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for looking in. Oh, you never tell. Okay. I'll just call you some guy then. Oh, I could call you Sandy. Sandy, I guess, is the name. Cheers, Caroline. Sandy is the name of your town, I guess. Cheers, Frederick. Thermal sawing. I love it. Come on, Mr. Some Guy in Sandy. Is Sandy a town in Oregon? What time is it anyway in Oregon? You see, it's 8:30 here in the UK, in the morning, that is. Although nights are starting to draw in now. And you start looking at, hang on a minute, it's 8:45, it's dark. 8:30 and it's dark. Yeah, it doesn't take long. A couple of minutes every day now, it seems to drop back. AM, okay. Oh, okay. 7 o'clock, okay, GMT. Cool, okay, I'm just going to have a swig of my water. I've just been chatting for half an hour, so I'm a bit parched. Yeah, just been talking about my, that's very AM it is, isn't it? Yeah. Just been talking about the old Da Vinci flyers and the next little Guillows kit that I'm going to be building next for the free flight competition. Otherwise, I've got to go, and I'm sure you guys got to go. Oh, Tug Hill, AM in New York. So, did you say hi earlier? I don't know. I don't know if you just joined me or not. But gosh, 3:26. What are you doing still up, or do you work nights? Goodness me. Occasionally I'll work actually till 2 a.m. and you're hunting around online. A couple of times I've caught Jeff in Lower Alabama's live stream because he comes on at 12:30 a.m. for me. And it's great. I love Jeff. I don't know if you subscribe to him, but he does all his flying over a lot of EDFs. And they're just great to watch because it always seems to be sunny days. Obviously, it's not, but it seems to be that way. And he does a lot of EDFs as well. But it's great to have a decent flying site where you can land an EDF. Good morning, Nick. Oh, you're working. Oh, where are you, Tugger? Oh, that's great. Okay. Oh, you know what? Baron Flights, everybody does a lovely range of mugs. I've been chatting for half an hour, 33 minutes now, Nick. I'm just showing off my the Da Vinci. I just thought I'd come online and have a chat. I was going to wear my t-shirt, actually, my sweatshirt, but it's just so warm in here. And if I open the window, all the neighbours will hear me. Ta-da! Lovely, lovely sweatshirts. I was wearing it in yesterday's video, actually. I haven't edited it yet. Oh, what have I knocked over? Plans. The paperwork I've got for the Da Vinci flyers is just amazing. I've got sheets and sheets of stuff. But what I'm doing today, we were going to go flying, but the weather, let's have a quick look out the window. Grey and overcast and a light wind at the moment. So I'm going to open the window actually because it's a bit warm in here. So I was just thinking of logging off, Nick, because I've got nothing else to talk about. I've shown off my next build, Guillows Chipmunk free flight rubber for the annual Guillows competition, Facebook competition. And you've just missed, if you scroll back up, you'll see George. It'll be a lot of fun, Tug Hill. George has built a Dancing Wings Fokker triplane, and he's made a beautiful job of it. He's added loads of scale bits, much more than me. He's done some really nice stuff, and I'm looking at it because it's so nice. He maidened it yesterday, and it flew great, and he won a scale competition into the bargain. So good result all round. But he's done his in the colour scheme of Luther Richthofen, which is his younger brother, and it's yellow. Mostly yellow, but the middle and bottom wings are like grey, streaky stuff, bit like the old job Sal made of the mini Da Vinci Flyer. It's probably doubled its weight actually, but it'll fly great. It'll fly great. Are they all of age? Are they? Some guy? Are they? Yeah. Well, hail George. Yeah. He's a good egg, George. Chipmunk's all of age. It's my second Aguilo's chipmunk, but I mean they are. They were trainers, weren't they? They were the plane to have land built after the Tiger Moth. So quite a leap forward in design, really. Tiger Moth came out in 39, and continued right up to they started building these. Wouldn't mind going one because there's loads flying all over the world still. Yeah, it'd be nice to fly one. It'd be nice to own one actually. But I have to make do with a 16-inch rubber model. Yeah, early 50s they came out, these. Amazing. But I'm getting quite a collection of Gwillows models now. Fokker Wolf, the Gwillows bird dog. Beautiful little aeroplane. There was a chap online last year. I said, I wouldn't mind a new one. And he gave me a link to a chap in the States who had two he was selling. Needed complete restoration, but having restored a car, an aeroplane wouldn't be much different. And great fun. Yeah, be great fun. But you need the space. And I haven't got the space here. You'd have to rent a little barn or something nice. No, just go buy a huge place with. Anyway, I'm waffling. It'd be nice to restore one. Yeah, Da Vinci's. Yes, nice quote. Yeah, I'll tell you the first person who told me that. We were sitting on the slope one day. It was my paragliding instructor. He quoted that, and he said, "You know who said that?" And you think, wow, what a thing to come out with. I mean, Leonardo is just I guess he's probably my biggest hero at the moment, obviously, with the Da Vinci Flyers, which has taken over my life for the minute. But this will be a nice distraction anyway. And the 1.5 Flyer is probably the pinnacle of design so far. I mean, it's evolved, hasn't it? Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? We get it all in. Let's go back. Look at that. I was thinking about making it a two-piece wing and making it each half moving slightly, but in the end I elected just to make it one-piece wing. And you wouldn't want to manhandle. I mean, a wing this long is big enough, isn't it, in one piece? Otherwise it starts getting a bit silly. I can get it in the car okay, that's the main thing. So that's all ready to go. Just got to make the pilot, and I'm not giving away any secrets now. The pilot, yeah, I'll tell you what, wouldn't it be a laugh to try and stand in the wind on the hill just to see if it would lift you a bit? Oh, you're still here, Chris. Hello, mate. The pilot is going to be a surprise to the person. It's going to be based on one of my subscribers. In fact, yeah, no, I won't say any more. It's going to be one of my subscribers. It's going to be sitting up in the cockpit, but it's going to be a surprise for the person. Nick, it's not you, sorry, mate. But never mind. I'll put you off. You can be in another one. This is It's turning into a I could just go now and you lot could just chat. So that's it. I've got nothing more to add. Everything is up to date, up to speed, and I'm going to stop it now. And I've given away lots of secrets now in this one, but let's have a quick look. No, some guy. It wouldn't need a 60. If you were to make this IC, you could get away with something pretty small. A 40 would be plenty, and probably something smaller than that, because it's light. It's got some wing area, yeah, but it is actually not heavy. I mean, look, there's no balsa in it, is it? It's all just. It's probably the film covering's heavier than the balsa wood, probably. I mean, aeroplanes are really easy to construct, actually, aren't they? Once you've built one, you can just, nothing's new, is it? As long as structurally, it's strong. You soon learn where the structure needs to be strong. When you get a wing collapse, you think, I need more dihedral brace, or it twists around, or I need some more main spars or whatever, or gussets and what have you. And that's the thing with foam, isn't it? You don't have any of that stuff, but they have their own challenges. So this one's got a little bit of carbon rod in there to stop it folding. And the big glider up on the wall, which you can't see, that's got great big ones. The 1.5 meter pop-up motor glider, which was a blow-up version of the little one next to it, which is the, where are we? That one there, on your point of view, which is the minimum RC one, which flies fantastic. It's just to see that motor pop up as you go by. It's great fun. It's a bit like the Petrinsik brothers, where they focus on getting the undercarriage down, don't they, on camera? Now, down it comes up now, or it goes blurred. Did you see their latest video on the stealth bomber flying? I was surprised, how well it flew, and it does, yeah. Yes, Tuggo, you're right. Foam does it has its own challenges. I've got another foam model behind the wall here to build, which is something I'm not going to tell you about just yet, but I can tell you that I bought 2 bits of carbon, just like you just said. I've got tube and a bit of flat to build the model, because it wouldn't fly without that. That would be an autumn project. Chris met real model pilots yesterday. They make plastic painted scales. Real model pilots yesterday. They make plastic painted scales. What does that mean? I met real model pilots yesterday. Scale pilot. Oh, right, yeah, and plastic paint. Oh, I see. Yeah, scale pilots. Yeah. They look great, don't they? Scale pilots, but I specialize in these sorts of pilots, which look great from the side, but are just bits of paper from the front. Yep. All right, Frederick, thanks for looking in, mate. I'm just going to waffle on here a little bit longer by the look of it. And thanks for all your lovely comments. Might see you down in Brittany one day. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Cheers. Yeah, real model pilots. There was a couple of aeroplanes. Well, it was a design. It was called the what was it? The fly-in scooter, and it was a biplane. The bottom wing was hung down below the fuselage, and the top wing was level with the pilot, and they sit upright like this. I'm not sure it was a real aeroplane, a real full-scale design or not. It may have been, but I don't think they built any that sort of thing. But they were huge. They were like 4, 5, 6 meter span. huge things. And the pilots were, 4 foot tall. Ladies, they were sitting there, looked fantastic flying around. I was tempted to build one. Yeah. 1/16. Do you mean 1/16 inch plywood there, Tuggill? Is that what you mean? 1/16? Reinforced motor mounts and battery trays. Yeah. Well, the battery tray in this one is now just 1/16 ply. In fact, well, the fuselage size and bottom, but 1/16 ply. I was going to cover it in something like 8th balsa, but I had a nice new sheet of 16th ply, so I thought, well, let's just use plywood. Didn't have any 8th balsa in stock there and then, so. But I am seriously running out of space here. Oh, it is 16th, yeah. I had a nice supply of 1/8 ply, actually. My sister was throwing out an old wardrobe, and being old, it had the plywood in the back was really lovely. So I had 2 great big sheets of 1/8 ply, but I've pretty much used it all now over the years. But it's great, isn't it? You've got to use different substances for different things. So I think I'm going to have to seriously, what's it now? 46 minutes. It's chuntering on, isn't it? And it's great. People are coming in and going out. I love it. I didn't charge any battery. I got a couple of batteries out yesterday, actually, out of my tin. I haven't touched them for months and months, and 2 of them are puffed quite badly. I did see a video back along of a guy who was taking them apart and reusing the cells, which were still fine. There's some merit in that. With why would you throw out a perfectly good cell? Obviously, you've got to be careful soldering it all back together. But in the old days, like 20 years ago, we used to solder our own NiCads. Were they NiCads? No. What was it we used to fly with before we had lipos? Whatever it was, anyway, you'd solder them together, and then we learned another way where you just heat them up, blob of solder, and you actually just stick them together with no wire, and you make up your battery packs like that. But gosh, they weighed about a pound in a model that only weighed 1.5 pounds. So you had to have it was spectacular sometimes. What's that Eidman model? I can't remember. It was called something to do with Spitfire, Crossfire. That's what it was. These little mid-wing, beautiful slim wings, lovely. My mate and I both built one, and but the batteries were huge, and I think I was doing an inverted pass one day, and I did the full up thing. That was spectacular, like you do. What else was it? Did you see my mate? Actually, it was the same mate who launched a Da Vinci biplane for me the other day. And he was flying by, because he does a lot of prop hanging and stuff like that. And there he was behind me, and I said, "Oh, the plane seems to be having trouble or something." I love that. Or it's one of our guys in the club. He flies off and he goes straight into this amazing aerobatic routine. And I always shout, "What's the matter? You've got radio interference." PEX tube. Is that, what is that actually, Tuggill? PEX? It does ring a bell. I could Google it, but I'm sure you'll tell me in a moment. Is it like a plastic? I'm not sure. A new type plastic tubing, yeah, so it's plastic. That's interesting. So what do you glue that with? Is that like C8 or some sort of bonding? It's interesting. I was going to build a triplane when I was about 12, and that was built out of 1/4-inch birch dowel. And I built the fuselage sides, actually. Every upright had to be obviously shaped to fit into the dowel above. Got the fuselage sides built. It was way beyond my skill level. And I cut out all the wing ribs as well, which were under-cambered with a box section in the middle for the main spar. And funnily enough, I only chucked them all out a couple of years ago. I've kept them for 50 years thinking I'd rebuild it, but now kits are out. Why would you go to all that trouble? Oh, it sounds interesting. connectors then make it so it's a bit like waste pipe then, is it? Where you just, I've seen things on waste pipe actually. You can make cars like golf cart buggies out of like 1.5 inch waste pipe with all plugged together, pedal cars, amazing what you can make. And you can make launchers for like EDFs and jets. I've seen people do that with varying degrees of success. Say no more. So where do you get it then, Tughill? Is this I'll just Google it, see what comes up. That sounds really interesting. Let's see. I'll try speaking it in. PEX tubing. Oh, it's got PEX. It recognised it. PEX pipe. Oh, so it's plumbing fitting, is it? These are wrong glasses for this. So this is big diameters, 20 mil, 25 and 32. Is that what you're using? All right, Chris, you go and do your cleaning, mate. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for looking in. Look who's with us. Furballs arrived. Or has he been here all along? Yes, it's that's PEX, not PECKS. So if it's 20 millimeters, that's a pretty big aeroplane then, I guess. Building it out of 20 mil tubing. That's interesting. It's a shame they don't do it smaller, actually. If it was smaller, say 5 mil, that's the wingspan. Oh, okay. And so the wing ribs are balsa or ply. It's a bit like so it's not as rigid as obviously as carbon fiber, because it's flexible, because it's plumbing pipe, I guess, is it? Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Always good to experiment with new products, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. So is it just the leading edge, or is it the whole wing outline that you're doing? Very interesting. Let me just press a button up here a minute. Oh, I don't think I can. Okay, sounds interesting. Yeah. Because on the Da Vinci Flyer wing, I had originally thought, well, you remember the original Da Vinci Flyer back in February, still got it for old time's sake. That was a lamination of balsa, ply and balsa. And then I thought that it was difficult it turned out to be quite strong. Then I thought I would laminate the structure, which would be a pleasure to do. But if I'm going to kit it, which is still in the FOSA manufacture, a lot of people would struggle with that. So it's just solid balsa. So in this, it's just 1/4 inch balsa, 4 pieces, of course. And in the big one, it's 11 mil balsa, 3/8. It seems to work well enough, but yeah, well, balsa is expensive, isn't it? I'll be intrigued to see photos or videos of what you're doing on that. I love new stuff like that. Anyway, guys, look, we've been chatting for 54 minutes. Well, there's 8 of you watching, which is great. Probably, hopefully, just getting on with your stuff, listening to me waffle on. Let me have a slurp of this. I'll tell you what, one of the problems in making videos is I can't sit and watch somebody's video or live stream or whatever it is, because I'm filming. And I did think about starting the build of this one, while I chat to you, but because I would also have to be addressing the camera, and it'd be very rude of me not to look at you when I'm looking at the camera. In effect, you would just be a fly on the wall, because I wouldn't be able to talk to you, because I'd be saying, this is the next piece. But I'm not going to do a blow by blow of this one. It's going to be a really skim. It's going to be hopefully a shortish video, because they're not that interesting to watch building, and I have got intense building videos going back a year or two on how to build them, so I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail, but it's just nice to cover it. The thing is with videos, I think the average view time of my videos is about 3.5 minutes or something, which if you've got a 20-minute video, would it be better just to make 10 3-minute videos? It just takes too long. I just do what I do, and it's skim through. I skim through videos sometimes, and I'll tell you what I did do on my video I posted. Is a little trade secret on the video on the fuselage construction. I was editing it. I thought this is really long, so what I did, apart from cutting out the ums here and there, what I did was to actually squeeze sections of the edit up, so I made it faster, and it doesn't sound like I'm really talking faster. But it does reduce the overall length of the video, which is, I might do that more often. Morning, Doc. Nice of you to look in, mate. We've been chatting for an hour now. Balsa, yeah, it's not cheap over here. A sheet of, say, 1/8 is £4.50 or something like that, I think the big Da Vinci flyer here has cost me about, well, the fuselage didn't cost much, because it's just, I think it's one sheet of 3/16, which I just stripped up into various strips, and it just sort of grew. I didn't know it was going to turn into a structure like that, but I just started with the flat bit at the top with some cross members and turned it upside down and stuck on some triangular bits, and it just sort of grew. I don't think I'll be drawing a plan of that. If I draw a plan of this one, it's going to be slab-sided, but the beauty of this one is its fuselage. I know the front end is a bit, the two bits are, it'd be nice if this had been see-through as well, maybe another day. But it's cavernous fuselage and strong as hell. So, and most of it's not visible anyway, because the wing's on the top. When the wing's on, it just, you just see the wing. I was thinking, actually, tell me what you think. Should I've printed this out with a view to, I don't know if that's back to front for you or not. It says Da Vinci flyer. I was going to cut that out of maybe the yellow transparent film and put it on the wing. But I don't know if I want to see words on the wing or not. It's kind of like, I'm proud of it, so it's nice to say what it is, but is it going to spoil it because it's just the name of the plane? We all know it's called a Da Vinci flyer, but I printed that out. I was just going to cut the lettering out and iron it on. Don't know. What do you think? Should I or shouldn't I? The jury's still out of that. If it keeps raining, well, it keeps blowing a wind, I'll have nothing to do, so I might do it anyway. Oh, you do speed it up. The thing is, you can speed it up. Voiceovers are good. I've noticed a couple of people voicing over lately. Jeff in Lower Alabama's rebuilding his foamy EDF, and that's fascinating, seeing all those bits go back together. Do you think I should do it? Okay, well, there's 3 thumbs up, so okay, I'll do it. But I'm going to cut it out of yellow film, I think, and so it's subtle, so it's not too in your face. You could cut it. Oh, then again, I don't know. I have to ask my wife. She's good at this sort of stuff. Should I do it in white, or just green film, or green sticky back plastic sort of stuff? Gary, good morning. Oh yeah. I thought you were saying good morning, Jimmy. Yeah. Oh, all right then. I will do. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. But the other thing is, I printed that out like that. Should I do it in one long line, or like that, or maybe I could set it in a curve? No. The first thing to do would be to cut out. See, if I set it in a curve, I'll have to put individual letters, like, because it's joined up there. Same with there. No, it's going to have to be one long line. Sorry, you have to be straight, either like that. Obviously, not that tight. I'd give it a bit more of a, what do they call that? It's not lead-ins that way. Oh, goodness me. I should know what that is. X printer. Never mind. That's too tight, obviously. I'm going to open it up a little bit. There we are. So 1 hour later. Yeah, you think that looks all right. Yeah, it looks too tight. And, well, I might just open it up just a little bit, but as it is then, I'll tell you what, let me put it on the winglet. You can see what we're talking about. The problem with Gothic, Nick, is no one can read it, although of course it is more in keeping with a sort of a old aeroplane, old text. We'll see. We'll see. Due to popular voting, I should perhaps ought to do a community tab and put a vote on. You think it should be circular? Well, I thought you might say that, Nick, because this mug here, as you can see, goes around. That's why you said Gothic, wasn't it? That's what's on your mug, isn't it? Something very similar. The thing is with Gothic is some people can't read it. Now, it's obvious that says flights, but you'd never know that was an I. It's such a weird looking character on its own, but we know it says flights. There's a full cup of water when I start. It's nearly gone. Yeah, got you sussed out there, didn't I? Right. Okay. Now, I'm definitely going to go now, guys. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast. And I'm going to go and have some breakfast, and I can hear my wife moving about out there. She's not going to burst through the door. Morning. She could do. She'd come in and say hi to everyone, because she did have, because, you know, she's making some little necklaces at the moment. They're really smart, actually. Anyway, perhaps I should wear one. You can also say, where did you get that thing from? Okay, this is it. Okay, thank you, everybody. My finger's going up now to end that stream. No, it's not. It's not touch screen. I'm just going up to the button. The mouse is on the thing. Oh, you're having a fry up as well, are you? Oh, dear. Thanks, guys. Thanks for looking in. It's been a chat. Nice chat. I've enjoyed it. And catch you later. Bye. Bye. I'm still pressing end here. Cheers, cheers, cheers. There we are.